Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am going to share with you my entire Chanel collection. I'm going to start with basically everything else and then we're going to do the handbags at the end. Starting with ready-to-wear, the only piece of Chanel ready-to-wear I have is the jumper that I am wearing. I really like this jumper, and as per Chanel standards, this jumper wasn't ridiculously expensive. I would have more Chanel ready-to-wear if it wasn't for the quite prohibitive price for me. Their ready-to-wear is just so expensive. Even though there's some of the pieces that I see that I love, I just can't get past the price point, and that's why this is the only piece of Chanel ready-to-wear that I'm going to include this because I absolutely love it, and it is my Chanel snow globe that I got last Christmas. I love snow globes, I collect them, this sits in my room and I absolutely love this. I just think it's fabulous. Really, probably not really needing to be in this collection video, but I'm including it because I like it. Then we'll do my Chanel brooches. I have 3 of these. I generally like the more quirky, unusual looking brooches than the more traditional ones, and mine are a little bit different. The first one that I have is this emoji face, and I really think it's quite cool. I'm not really a brooch person to wear on, say, jumpers, but I will wear them on jackets or denim jackets, or in a way that I think is a little bit maybe edgier. I have said I'm not buying any more though because I think 3 is enough. And that one is number 1. The second one I have, this one is my favourite. This is the glitter on one of the CCs, and then it has the stars around the black. This is probably the favourite one that I have. I really like this. I think it's just the colours and the juxtaposition of the black and the glitter. I like that. And then the one that I bought in New York when I was there with my husband in 2018 is this pop art one. I really like this as well, although there's a stone out of this. There's a stone up here missing. This had lost a stone previously and Chanel replaced it. And there's another one off, which isn't great for the price of these, and it does kind of put me off. Although I really like this and I think it's cool and it's quirky for that sort of money. Although I suppose these things happen, it's costume jewellery, but it's just a little bit off-putting. Next, costume jewellery. I don't have a huge amount of Chanel costume jewellery. I'm wondering if I'm actually maybe missing some. I thought I had more than this. I know there's one pair of earrings that I lost one of the earrings, and that's why they aren't here, but the first ones are the first that I ever got. And my husband bought these for me for a birthday many years ago, and they are the Chanel little Diamante CC earrings that a lot of people have. Now there's no stones out of these, thankfully, and I have worn these quite a lot. These are a pair that I used to wear religiously. I've kind of mixed it up. What am I? I've got Ana Luisa and Ideal, which will always be in my description box. I love both of those on today, but these got a lot of wear when I first got them, and they're still one of my favourite pairs even though they're the very first. I then have the Chanel earrings that everybody went crazy for. These came in this clear plain version that is just the letters spelling out Chanel, and then they also came in a Diamante version. The Diamante version was even longer than these, and these are definitely long enough for me. I really like these. I still wear them even though these are quite a few seasons old. That doesn't really bother me, and I still really like these. I think they're quite a statement, especially if my hair's up and they're long, and yeah, good purchase. Then one of the first pieces of Chanel costume jewellery I ever bought, and I couldn't at the time understand how this costs so much money for costume jewellery. Obviously I've came a long way since then, but it is these pearls that are little CCs with white stones in them, and I generally wear these doubled up so as they are 2 strings of pearls, and I will generally wear these with something quite edgy. So think black leather biker jacket, black skinny jeans, black t-shirt, something just that the pearls are a bit of a juxtaposition, but it works in my opinion. I don't really wear them as pearls would traditionally be worn. Sometimes to work I will wear them, but more often it's in a way you wouldn't expect to see them. Okay, and I'm trying to keep this moving as quickly as we can because we have a lot to see. And my only Chanel scarf, I think this is my only Chanel scarf, is this one that is navy and burgundy from Coco Niche. This is quite, I think 2018 or 2019. I haven't really worn this very much. I think I'm probably going to include this in my vlog sale. There are this beautiful colour on the background. There's a few little plucks on it that if I include it I will show. I think the reason I haven't worn this so much is it's quite soft, and I like a real blanket scarf. This one is a cashmere, it has a different look, but it's stunning. It's definitely a stunning piece. It's just not something I've got a huge amount of wear out of. Next, let's do shoes before we get to the bags, and I really like Chanel shoes. Chanel shoes are one of those things that are very, very expensive and I would be at risk of buying more of. And the first I have are these. I used to have a pair of ballet pumps, but they're destroyed. I now have these with the heel. Now, I did catch these when I was out and I need to get these repaired. You can see where they have, I caught them on a curb when I was out being fun and frivolous, and you can see the damage that they've caused. Now, I've worn them since, even with the damage there. That's not something that would make me not wear them, but I did do quite a bit of torture to these heels that particular day. You can see the little CC on the back. Mine are the baby pink and the black toe, and again, I generally wear these with something that you wouldn't expect to see them with. So an outfit that the formality of this shoe kind of clashes with or juxtaposes with, and that's how it works for me. Do like them, find them comfortable, although admittedly not my favourite pair of Chanel shoes. These are my favourite Chanel shoes. I love these. I have got so much wear out of these. I think these are so cool, just so funky. They're me. I really, really like these. The black and white version I have definitely worn quite a lot. I also have them in the black and red, which I still haven't worn. I talked about these in a video recently. I will wear them. I just have to get the right outfit, and I will wear them. It just takes me to take some time and thought in putting an outfit together. But again, the same shape, and I just love these shoes. I think they're so cool. Then I have these Chanel sandals, which are a little bit out of shape from being squished in my suitcase for my recent holiday. I know, gonna get shouted at for that. I'm sure there's a better way to do that, but they're a little bit squished. Mine again are in the light pink. I did consider getting the white in these, but I've never regretted getting the pink. I think I wear both very similar. It's very, very light. They're slightly more pink than what they're showing on camera. Mine is I think is this the larger heel. I know there was a smaller little heel, maybe about this size, but I'm a bit of a high heel lover. I generally will go for the higher heel, even though it might not be the most comfortable version, but I do really like these. I've got quite a bit of wear out of these. I bought these in Paris, I think, whenever I was there with a group of friends, but good purchase. Chanel trainers, another thing that I love and adore, but I'm trying not to buy ridiculous amounts of because they're very expensive. First pair are these, which are my trainer boots with the big kind of sole. They have the CC and they have the Chanel on the back in gold. I really like these. I think they're pretty cool and edgy and vibey, and I bought these in Paris as well when I was there with Bestie. I think they are a pretty cool shoe. My husband doesn't like these, but I don't care, and I wear them quite a lot. And then my most recent, is this my most recent? I think my most recent pair of Chanel trainers are these. I love these. I love the pink on here and then the orange, and this, the way these go together, these two colours. I really, really like these, and I've worn these quite a bit since I bought them. These are also really, really comfortable. They're quite chunky, and probably my favourite trainers at the minute are my Axel Argado ones. I'm going to skip past the cost difference, but really, really like these and would definitely not rule out more Chanel trainers. Okay, let's do handbags, and I'm going to do a section at a time, and I will count at the end so as we know how many Chanel bags I have. There is another Chanel bag that I don't think will make it into this video. There's an unboxing to come. Yeah, skip past that. But let's start with what has been lifted from this section. And this is a Chanel rectangle mini in the raffia. I bought this pre-loved. It's the colour of this that I love. I love the orange. I love the orange paint against the raffia. I love the leather piping around this. This one is a seasonal bag, although it looks very similar to the traditional rectangle mini, but because it's a seasonal bag, it has the CC embroidered on the flap here, which I really like. I think that's a nice touch, but the inside of it is very, very similar to the Chanel rectangle mini. I generally wear this crossbody, and this is one of those bags that when I see it, it makes me smile. Number two, this bag was out of my collection for a while. I had sent it to Rod whenever I was selling this bag, and then I got him to send it back, and then I reconsidered my decision, and now I'm thinking about selling it again because I still haven't used this bag. But it is this Chanel seasonal bag in this beautiful coral colour with this big chain, and the chain is what makes me love this bag, and the chain is what made me consider bringing it back and keeping it and giving it another go, because I just love this chain, but I still haven't worn it. So again, I'm back to thinking that I'm going to sell this one. It does have the pocket on the back. It is a seasonal bag, so it's quite light. It has navy on the inside, and it does have this strap, which is also a crossbody strap. It is a beautiful bag. I just don't seem to use it. I love the colour, and against the navy of this jumper, I think it works really well. And I love the chain. I'm conflicted about this again, but I think it might be going. But for the moment, it's back in my collection. Next, another one of my many Chanel rectangle minis, and it is the tweed rectangle mini, I think 19S, although I could be wrong. This is the one that has the little Chanel ribbons running through it. If I can get a bit to show you, you can see the Coco Chanel ribbon that runs through here, and then it has the stitching to keep the tweed, and then it's the black and the white. To me, this is so quintessentially Chanel. This is a bag, admittedly, that I do not use anywhere near enough. I should use this bag so much more, but I don't. But I love it, so I can't at the minute bring myself to think about letting it go. It does have the Mona Lisa pocket on the back, you can see in here, and then on the inside mine is stuffed, but it's the traditional Chanel rectangle mini, and it's a beautiful, beautiful version. I think this black and white version is very, very quintessentially Chanel, and I love it. I just don't know why I don't use it more. Next is my only remaining Chanel classic flap. So yes, the pink classic flap that I had from the 19S collection in the iridescent pink in the medium is gone. Spoiler alert, it's been sold on because I just didn't wear it, and it was such an expensive bag to be sitting on my shelves, but I still have my black. This is the medium in the caviar leather with the silver hardware. I have had my chain extended by leather surgeons, so as mine comfortably can be worn crossbody on me. It sits at a really, really good length. I can wear this with a suit and over a coat to work, and also because it's been extended, whenever I double it up, it sits very comfortably under my shoulder. So for me, absolutely no regrets on extending the chain. I know it's not for everybody, but for me it makes this classic flap usable, and I actually really, really, really enjoy using this bag now. Okay, last two from this section over here, and this is the Chanel Coco Crush. This is one of my most used bags, and if you could see it, although it's still in good condition, you can tell it's one of the bags that's used more than the others. The leather has softened, there's creases in the leather. I love the aged gold hardware with this. I also really love the gold on the inside of it. I just think that's a nice contrast with this, which is my favourite colour, this magenta berry type colour. I love it. It has this little ball on it that you can push in the CC, and you can lengthen or shorten the strap. I've never used it to shorten it. I always wear it on its full length and wear it crossbody. It sits at a good length on me crossbody, but if you wanted, you could use this and pull it up to make it that little bit shorter. So it's going to work for everybody, but for me personally, it sits quite well on the longest length. This little ball, which is sticking on me at the moment, but this little ball does add some weight to this. So if you're looking at one of these, just remember that if you're carrying this for a long time, the little ball, which you don't think of, can pull on your shoulder. Now that I've made it work again, it goes back down like that, and then you can just have it whatever length you want it to sit at. One of my favourites, this is the rectangle mini in the lambskin, in the chevron, in the light gold hardware. This colour was called purple, but to me it's very much a berry, raspberry, magenta type colour. This is one of my favourites because of the colour. I absolutely love the colour of this bag. It is again the traditional rectangle mini in the inside with sweet wrappers because I have a sweet tooth and I'm never going to give up chocolate, but there you go. It does have the Mona Lisa smile pocket on the background. Chevron's my favourite, the colour's my favourite. This bag to me is just one of those bags that makes me grin. Onto the middle section, and we have this. This is the Chanel rectangle mini from the Metriarch collection 1920 or 2021. It's a couple of years ago now. It's the metallic one, which is multicoloured. It is the rainbow unicorn type bag. It's all metallic. It has the bright light gold hardware. It is the mini reissue as opposed to the traditional mini. That means it's very similar on the inside, but it does have the 4 grommets, so you can pull the chain up and have the chain under your shoulder like this, or you can lengthen it to wear it crossbody. Generally I wear this crossbody. I do use this bag in the summer, although this summer it didn't get as much use as last summer because I probably have a few summer bags if I'm honest, but it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. I really like the reissue. I would not rule out more mini reissues in my future. Really, really like them. This one I think was a fabulous version, and it's one that I was really lucky to get from the boutique, so I didn't have to pay over retail. And yeah, very, very, very beautiful bag. Next is the first ever Chanel mini bag that I bought in the rectangle, and the rest, as I say, is history because I kind of fell in love with them, and it is this version. This is a raspberry caviar in the quilting with the silver hardware, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. This bag has been worn quite a bit by me, but because it is caviar, it's practically in perfect condition. I'm sure if you went over it with a microscope, you could find some signs of wear, but the caviar has held up so well. It's such a durable leather. I wish Chanel would bring these back in the minis. Well, my bank balance doesn't, but I wish Chanel would bring caviar minis back. I think they're fabulous, and this is a bag that has been a really good purchase for me. I think it's really beautiful, and the caviar just makes it so usable. One of my favourite bags in my whole collection, and one of the bags I get so much use out of, is this Chanel mini in the rectangle in the chevron with the light gold hardware, and this is in this teal colour. I love this colour despite the fact that I have numerous pink bags behind me. Teal and jade type colours is one of my favourite colours, and probably because this is the only one it gets worn a lot. Again, it's held up really well because it's caviar, it has the pocket on the back, chevrons being my favourite, a bag that gets huge use in my collection. Next is the bag that I chose from the season that the heart bag came out. I can't remember what season it was, but the heart bag didn't really speak to me. It's not a shape I would go for, but this one, this one screamed at me, let alone spoke to me. I thought this bag was stunning. This is the sequenced bag. It's a seasonal bag, so although it looks like the mini reissue, it's not one. It does have the zip on the back. It's fabric on the inside. It has the 4 grommets, so as you can put the strap like this, or you can extend it to wear it. Crossbody, the sequenced all over this say Coco Chanel, and the colours of this, it's like a sweetie wrapper. It's right up my street. It's so fabulous. It's a bag I really enjoy and I use quite a lot. I think it's stunning, and a bag that I have never ever thought about selling. And from the last section over here, let's start with this rose gold beauty that some of the purists out there are going to be very unhappy with me with. This bag has just returned from holiday with me to the Maldives, and I can certainly see the marks and the scores on it here. Hopefully they will come back to life, but it's either from the way I packed it or the way I've used it, or it's from the chain lying on it. It's from something. I know there's a few people going to be screaming at me because this is the rose gold from the 17B or C collection, which was so sought after, so expensive to get, sells for a real premium on the resale market. I have no intention to sell mine, thankfully, but I use this bag so much because for me this is a neutral. I am not a lover of tans or neutral bags. This is what Meredith calls an interesting neutral, and I think that's why this one works for me. And I wore this a lot on holiday because it goes with everything. It is in this beautiful iridescent rose gold colour. It's chevron, which I love. I think is it silver or light gold hardware? I think it's maybe silver. It's just a great bag, and it's a bag for me that gets so much use and has the signs of the so much use. It is caviar, so it's not as badly marked as if it was lambskin, but really good purchase for me. Next, and another great purchase, and this one was a Preloved bag, and it is this colour block bag from Chanel that is multicoloured. It's fabric, so it's not going to stand up to a lot of use and a lot of abuse, but I did get this at a really good price, Preloved, so I use it and abuse it anyway. It's got all of the colours that I love. I do keep it stuffed because it is obviously a fabric bag. It's fabric on the inside. There's already a few marks in this because it is from quite a few seasons ago and it is fabric, but it's one of those bags I just think's cool. And for me, this is a really casual bag. I throw it on basically like this and away I go, and it's, yeah, for me a really good purchase and gets so much use, and yeah, I'm so glad I found this one. Another fabric bag that doesn't get quite as much use is the colour block, and it's the Christmas jumper bag. Love this bag, but I still haven't got the chain extended. The reason I don't wear this bag is because when I wear it crossbody, although I've lost weight, so it's a little bit better than it used to be, but I would like it to be longer, and the chain needs to be probably replaced. There's a few marks on the chain and it needs to be extended, but I love it. I love the Christmas jumper vibe. I need to stop loving it on the shelf and start actually wearing it. It does have an organizer in it to give a little bit of shape to it. It's in really good condition on the inside. It's actually in really good condition on the outside as well. This one isn't marked. It's really soft. This would be like wearing a teddy bear. It's so soft. I just need to get around to getting the chain done so I can actually start wearing it. One of my more sensible bags in my collection, which is not really what I'm known for looking about this room, but it is the black Chanel 19 in the goatskin. This is one of the really early versions. That's heavy. Oh, there's stuff in there, that's why. It's heavy. Oh, there's money. This is a goatskin version. It's one of the earlier versions of this bag whenever it was first released. It is one of my few black casual crossbody bags, so it does get a lot of use because of that. I do like the multicoloured on the hardware. It gives it something a little bit interesting. I like the oversized quilting. I find it a really easy to use bag, and I find it gets more use in my collection than most black bags because it's so easy to put on, and I get a lot of use out of this. I think it's a good purchase. It's probably one of my more practical bags. Again, not my normal choices, but that means being one of the few that actually gets worn. We're down to the last two, and we have a Chanel Rectangle Mini in the tweed. This is the beautiful blue aquamarine type colour with the corals and the pinks, and then it has chains through it. It's this gorgeous orange leather and the aged gold hardware, and then on the inside it's the same orange, and this can be worn crossbody because it's a rectangle mini which extends. I really do love this bag. I've thought a couple of times of potentially letting this bag go. It's more to do with the fact that I have so many Chanel mini rectangles, and so many of them that are bright or summer colours that I'm repeating a lot, and it's hard to give enough of them the use. And that makes me kind of feel a bit like I should maybe make decisions, but for now she's still here. And I haven't really made any decisions, and I do really love it. I think the colours are fab, and I really like the chains that go through this bag. I think it's a really striking version. And then lastly, the Chanel Mini reissue in the graffiti. This was from the Egyptian collection. I think Metriart 1819 maybe. It's the Mott Croc. It has the iridescent Chanel graffiti all over it. It has the reissue turn lock. It can be worn like this because it's the reissue. It can obviously also extend to be worn crossbody, and it's one of those bags that speaks to my soul. Chanel graffiti all over it. Definitely not a quiet bag. Definitely not a bag that's not going to grab attention, but I just love the graffiti, and I think it's a really, really cool bag. This was one of my early purchases for Chanel mini rectangles. Obviously I then got the addiction, but this one it's fab. So a quick count tells me we have 16 Chanel bags. 16 Chanel bags. I remember a rather big part of my life thinking I would never have a Chanel bag, and we now have 16 of them. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my Chanel collection. Please do let me know in the comment box what's your favourite and what's your least favourite. Is there ones you think get rid of? Is there ones you think, oh my goodness, I absolutely love that bag? Thank you so much for watching me. If you have enjoyed this in any way, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.